WISER family. Such a delight to be here. Good morning, everyone who's here present. And to you who is watching the replay, the recording, wherever you are in the world, on whatever day it is, at whatever time it is, I say good morning from Nigeria. Good morning. Such a delight to have you with us. Such a blessing, such an honor, such a privilege. How are you? Are you making decisions that are wiser for your 2023? Are you jumping into explore the opportunities that are presenting themselves to you that will make your 2023 even better? If the answer is yes, I say congratulations. If the answer is not yet, I say congratulations, because it's better to be on the way than not on the way at all. Cheers to life, cheers to health, cheers to strength. Cheers to power, cheers to wisdom. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, Proverbs chapter 4, we're exploring the New Living Translation again this morning. This is our text. Good morning, good morning, good morning. WISER. WISER is really all about exploring the advice of wisdom herself. Wisdom speaks to us in different ways. Wisdom speaks to us in different forms. Wisdom, she says she's on every street corner shouting out to us. Now, wisdom is saying, my children, listen when your father corrects you. It's like wisdom is begging us to listen. Wisdom is begging us to do right. Wisdom is actually in our faces, trying to ensure we do right. My children, listen when your father corrects you. Pay attention and learn good judgment. Pay attention and learn good judgment. Good judgment is not necessarily a natural instinct. It is learned. Learning comes from experiencing the right kind of information, the right kind of experiences, and then we develop judgment. Some judgment will be good, some will be bad. Learn good judgment. Will it bring better health, better life? Will it serve humanity? Will it bring peace, foster relationships? Is it the right thing to do? And is it the right time, the right place? All those are some of the elements that make for good judgment. It's okay to wake up in the morning and shout good morning to your neighbors, but the Bible says not at 5 a.m. It's not okay to go out of your house at 5 a.m. and scream good morning to your neighbors, because it's not the right time. In fact, it might be seen as an insult. It might be seen as was not even an insult. It might be seen as wickedness or foolishness to shout out good morning to your neighbors at 4 a.m. or at 5 a.m. because some of them will still be deep in sleep. You know, it's the way some of us pray. We are praying for our community, praying for our nation, praying for the betterment of the society, but we are doing it with the loudest voice we have, with our windows wide open at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and some neighbors can't sleep, and instead they're like, would she just shut up? Yes, we know she's praying, but must her prayer become a nuisance? Good judgment, good judgment, good judgment. I'm doing it for the betterment of my world, but am I doing it in a way that is also better for my world? Am I doing it in a soundproof environment, or am I becoming the part of the problem that I am trying to solve? Good judgment, good judgment. Pay attention and learn good judgment. Joyce, are you hearing? Yes. For I am giving you good guidance. Don't turn away from my instructions. If you will follow these instructions, you'll be all right. For I too was once my father's son, tenderly loved as my mother's only child. My father taught me, take my words to heart, follow my commands, and you will live. That's what my father said to me. This is the King Solomon speaking to us. Take my words to heart, follow my commands, is what his father said to him. What are we saying to the people who follow us? How are we able to instruct them? Do we even have the right tools to share with them? Verse 5 says, get wisdom and develop good judgment. In one chapter, it has come twice. Get wisdom, develop good judgment. Don't forget my words or turn away from them. Good judgment. Good judgment is needed at every point in time, whether making buying decisions, investment decisions, relationship decisions, business decisions, making educational decisions, whatever, even decisions on what to wear per time. Good judgment. Don't forget my words or turn away from them. Don't turn your back on wisdom, for she will protect you. When the time is right, she will protect you. She will cover you. Love her and she will guard you. Now, this is different from guide you. Guide versus guard. Let me guide versus guard. To guard is to protect from danger. To protect from danger. Why is it slow to open? Come on. Okay. To protect, while to guide is to serve for direction for someone or something, to lead or direct in a way, to conduct in a course or path. So guide is to show you, yes, to show you how. Guard is to protect you. The reason why I'm emphasizing the guard part is that many times we depend on wisdom to guide, not to guard. And so we tend to try to guard ourselves, to protect ourselves, which is okay. The challenge is when we guard ourselves without good judgment. Wisdom is saying she will also guard us. She's not only going to guide us and show us how, she will protect us in the way she says. Case in point, I always say for myself or to myself, if there is only one example of the thing that I seek, and I can find it, I can see it, understand it, it's enough for me to run with. Case in point, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. The wisdom, of course, add Daniel to them. The wisdom to guide was, this is how you serve the Lord, this is how you feed. And they were guided. Then there was challenge, and then they were guarded. When they were thrown into the fire, when he was thrown into the lion's den, he was guarded because he followed good judgment. That was not popular, is still not popular, as it were, Because sometimes doing the right thing, many times doing the right thing just seems to be like going against the grain. You might be alone, you might seem foolish, you might seem silly, but there is protection for those who will follow the path of wisdom. There is a covering. Please say it with me. You can type it, but say it. Open your mouth and say, I have covering when I do the right thing. There is cover for me. There is protection for me. Sometimes it may not seem so, but I need to remind myself that wisdom will guide me and guard me in the things that she instructs. I have protection. I have covering. I am covered. So that thing that you have written in your notes that you want to do, but a bit of you has been wondering, how would I be covered? How would I be protected in this venture, which is unpopular? Guess what? The answer is right here. She says, love her and she will guard you. She will guard you. She will protect you. I am protected. I am protected. I am covered. I need not fear. I need not fear. I am fully confident and I walk in courage because I am protected when I walk in wisdom. I am protected. I am covered. I am guarded on every side. Hallelujah. I am guarded. Getting wisdom, verse 7, is the wisest thing you can do. And whatever else you do, develop good judgment. Develop good judgment. Good judgment comes from asking questions. Good judgment comes by asking questions. Who should I speak to? Where should I go? What should I do? Why should I do it? When should I do it? How should I do it? Who should guide me? I am not going to lean onto my own understanding. This place I want to get to, someone else is doing it, and they're doing it much better than I can, or I am doing it. So where do I go? You see, you begin to develop judgment by asking questions. Even when you go to the court of law to present a case to a judge, the judge doesn't just make conclusions. The judge asks questions. What happened? Where? Why? Is the person here? Show me. What is your evidence? When was this gathered? Did you do this under duress? Did somebody force you to make this statement? The judge is asking questions and questions, and she might flip the questions back and forth, and then she asks the lawyers to make their arguments, present their cases. She is questioning the data because she needs to have, what do we call it? Reasonable doubt, or she needs them to prove their cases beyond reasonable doubt. She asks questions back and forth, and when she feels she's gotten all the answers she needs, she makes a judgment. Judgment, good judgment, comes from the place of questioning. Be a student, not a follower only. Be a student, not just a follower. Students ask questions. Students question, they look, they ask, they search, they find, they search, they research, they ask. Followers might just follow and take everything that is said. Yes, go, yes. Why are you doing it? Because they said so. Why did they say so? I don't know. It doesn't even matter. But as long as they say it, I'm all right. Followers don't tend to make the most impact. It is students who do. They ask questions. For those of us who are Bible studying, you see somebody like Paul. Paul questioned everything. Why is Peter saying this? Why did Jesus? Paul will go back to the history. He would tell you what happened. He would go back, ba 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 ba. Some were just followers. Be a student. Question it. Question it. Question it. That's how judgment is developed. You get insight by listening to different opinions from people who know, follow who know road. No go ask carpenter how they sew cloths. That's gonna give you bad judgment. Except the carpenter, of course, is a former tailor who had a successful tailoring business but decided to now follow her carpentry desire. Or except there is some kind of feedback that the carpenter is giving to say, if you do it like this, you might get a better result, because in carpentry, we try it like this. I'm not sure about tailoring, no, but see. Not that you want to learn how to sew from scratch. You just say, let me go and meet carpenter. You know what I mean? The right knowledge will give us right information that will guard us and help us develop good judgment. Verse 8 says, if you prize wisdom, she will make you great. Embrace her, and she will honor you. She will place a lovely wreath on your head, and she will present you with a beautiful crown. Wisdom is the way. The wisest thing we can do for 2023 is to get wisdom. How am I going to be a better employee, a better employer, a better parent, a better nation builder, a better ABCDE, a better person? Where am I going to get the information I seek that would help me do this? Question, and seek answers. Verse 10, my child, listen to me and do as I say. She's pleading. You will have a long, good life. Remember, yesterday we talked about a long life as not just the quantity, the number of years, but the quality. We don't want to be under pressure every day because we've not understood our place. Kenneth Copeland, I remember years ago, many years ago, I'm sure over 12 or 13 years ago, I was watching one of his videos. I used to have many Copeland videos. I used to buy original videos from the Kenneth Copeland website, and they would ship them. I would pick them up at the post office or something. I used to get those DVDs, Kenneth and Gloria Copeland. And one of the times he said, God, in his infinite wisdom, gave you one day every week to rest. So, no matter how busy you are in life, you should have 52 days of rest in a year minimum. But guess what? Some of us have no day for rest because we have somehow accepted that rest is for weak people or for people who don't know what they're doing or something. So we just shove it, and we seem to believe that it's okay to always be on the grind. Of course, he didn't use the word grind. That's the word I'm using. Rest. Have the day to rest. That day where you do nothing, you stay in bed all day, you sleep. He said on the seventh day, he rested. Which is your seventh? I'm talking to you. Which is your seventh day? When last did you rest? And remember, rest is different from watching football. It might be your hobby, it's enjoyable to you, but believe me, you are not resting when you're watching football. You are calculating, your blood is pumping, you're rooting for someone, you are as active, you are projecting, you are playing the ball even though you are not on the field. You are analyzing, you are at work. Rest is lying down, sleeping, getting a massage, taking a walk in nature, going to the beach. When last did you go to the beach? As in, you said, today, I am going to the beach. I will just walk down, put the mat somewhere, sit down there, and do nothing. Beach kwa in this life. Joyce, I beg, what's this? And laugh. Did you find somewhere nice? For those people in Port Harcourt, for example, there's a pleasure park. I remember one time I came to Port Harcourt to work and I was like, I need to get to that pleasure park. So I got there, I got on the what do you call it? The train ride, took off my shoes to walk in grass, just to relax, sit down and just take in life and say, Lord, I'm grateful for the privilege to rest. I remember when I didn't used to rest because I felt rest was for people that had no future ambition, until I realized and understood that you created time for me to rest. So for me not to rest, there's something wrong with my thinking. You see, the better the quality of information you have, the better definition, the better decisions you will make. Rest. If watching movies is resting to you, fine. Watching movies is not resting to me, because usually I am very actively involved in what is going on. Movies are not movies to me. Movies to me are like instructions. I watch movies to learn, to follow, to listen. So many times they are not rest to me. They are active work. That's to me. To me. So when I did an evaluation, at some point, the things that are really relaxing to me. Relaxing to me. Listening to, what do you call it? Massage music. Playing it in the background and actually getting a massage. Taking a walk. Rest. Sleep. Real deep sleep. And sometimes you need to help the sleep. When your mind is so active, you just take a tablet of melatonin now, because you would also research what you should take to sleep that is not, what's the word? What's the word now? Addictive. So melatonin, there are different things out there in the markets. Non-addictive that help you relax, calm down, and sleep. These things are made for our benefit. The chamomile tea, the lavender in the room, drop a drop or two of lavender on the pillow, the soft music in the background, the lights low, or sometimes you burn a scented candle in a safe place. When you're spending your 12,000 naira to buy scented candle and your mind wants to tell you you're foolish, and you remind it that, look, it is candle for man, not man for candle. This candle is going to help my mind, my ambience. When I could not afford 12,000 candle, I used to buy the candle of 2.5, but those ones, their smell no dey complete. You would even have one friend that knows how to make candle that would put scent in it for you. Enter Kusinekanem. But to understand what is rest to you, who makes you relax, if you're constantly around people who agitate you, it comes from a place of questioning. What is that thing that makes me? What is that? How do I feel? And then if you don't know, you might need to try different things. Remember, it's part of the experiment, the research. Try different things. Exposure breeds new knowledge. Exposure breeds growth. Oh, let me try going to a spa for the first time in my life. Let me pay this amount of money, go to the spa. Or let me ask around who can massage at the amount of money that I have. You might find somebody. Or let me try the experience. Or let me sit here. Let me listen to this music. Let me try turning off everything, putting on the fan or the AC and doing nothing. I will drop my phones with my neighbor, tell them to keep it for 6 hours. Because if it's in this house, I will look at it. Drop it somewhere. Go out there, then rest. And then I come out fresh, revived. That's the first time I try it. I might be so restless. My mind is moving. I'm asking, hey, what have they dropped on WhatsApp story? Hey, what has happened in the world? Oh, Labour Party versus PDP. Hey, hey. In all of this is 30 minutes. So nothing, don't worry, nothing has happened. The world is still here. There's still petrol scarcity right now. You're okay. We're all right. You rest. The intentionality of it. Some of us will rest only when the body has broken down, only when we fall sick. And half the time when we are sick, we'll be casting and binding demons. I dare say many times it's not demons, oh, the body, the human body was made by God to operate a certain way. When we mismanage it, it might misbehave. So when you start casting and binding, the devil will be like, no, be me. Oh, I was just here. I was roaming to and fro, but I didn't reach you. It's you that's not resting. You're not drinking enough water. Wisdom will guard and guide. My child, listen to me and do as I say. Verse 10. And you will live, you will have a long, good life. I will teach you wisdom's ways and lead you in straight paths. When you walk, you won't be held back. When you run, you won't stumble. Somebody say, I'm stumble free. Hey, hey, I'm walking and I'm running in power because I am taking wisdom in. I'm getting the right information. I'm asking the right questions. I'm getting the answers that I seek. Verse 13 says, take hold of my instructions. Don't let them go. Guard them, for they are the key to life. Don't do as the wicked do, even though the thing they enter your eye is looking sweet to you. Don't do as they do. Don't follow the path of evildoers. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. Don't consider it. Don't go that way. Turn away and keep moving. Don't stop, because if you stop moving, you just might be tempted to try. And then you might try and try until it becomes a habit and a way of life, and you wake up and wonder, how did I get here? Don't do it. For evil people can't sleep until they've done their evil deed for the day. They can't rest until they've caused someone to stumble. Be careful, little hands, what you do. Be careful, little legs, where you go. Evil communication, staying around evil will get you to do evil at some point, regardless of how much you think you have protected yourself. It's the way we are. We are porous. We are made to be affected by our environment. We are made to be affected by who we are, interact with what we hear. That's how we are made by God Himself, the grand overall designer. We are made to be like where we are. So where are we? Where were we? We were where? Where are you? Who are the people around you? And what are the kinds of things that come out of their mouths? Are they things of love and progress and growth? Or are they constantly blaming, fault finding? Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Turn away and keep moving. There's some WhatsApp groups you need to leave. There's some WhatsApp groups, and I'm being literal. I'm also being figurative. There's some associations you need to go away from. There's some you can't leave, but you can mute or you can archive. Find yourself in the influence of the place you want to be like. There are some places where everything that is said is a complaint, is a problem. It gives you no solution. It's compounding the issue because all you're hearing is problem, 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 problem. You're not in a place of solutions. So go to a place where you find solutions, where you can create or co-create solutions, and where solution provision is actually looked upon as a good thing. There's some places where you create solutions and you're looked upon as, are you all right? You think that thing you want to do will work? I beg, sit down. If you see what they tried before, it didn't work. How old are you? They didn't tell you. So you think you're the best now. You think you're the biggest. Just because you have masters now, because you have turned 28. We won't hear word. We can't drink water, drop cup. We've been doing this thing before you were born. Weren't we there when you were in primary school? Now your mouth is sit down. Change your WhatsApp group. Stay in the place of development. Stay in the place that looks like where you want to go. Find the associations and stay there. Create the thing you want to look like. Jacob had served his father-in-law Laban, and when it was time to go, Laban said, okay, take the goats and the animals that are streaked and striped. And when he checked amongst them, he realized that those streaked ones were the weaker ones. And so he came up with a plan. I'm going to create the world that I want to see. And he put some sticks, rods in front of the place where they ate and where they mated. And upon those rods, he put streaks and spots, so that when the animals were eating and mating, they were looking at streaks and spots, and they began to give birth to strong animals that had streaks and spots. They kept on looking at where they wanted. He kept them fixated on where they should go, what they should be like, and they began to birth it. Somebody was asking yesterday the meaning of MS. MS means make sense. Makes sense. When something is making sense to you, you might write MS. It stands for make sense, or you can just say sense, or you can put an emoji or something. So where do you want to be? And what is in front of you? What are you reading? What are you studying? Who are you around? How are you changing? How are you asking to belong to the group? You hear that there is the mentorship program, either paid or free, for people who want to be like this. Join the program because that's where you want to be. Oh, there's going to be this dinner that is for people like this. That's where you want to be. Join them. You may not look like them now, but if you continue to eat where they eat, see what they see, feed from what they feed from, you become like them. I want to be a successful businessman. I want to be a successful businesswoman. Find those who are successful in the thing that you want and become one of them. Be around them. See what they see. Hear what they've done to develop themselves and start doing same. Toil by night, if need be, when you've also made out the time to rest. Where do they market their products? Who do they go to sell? How do they increase their clientele base? What do they do? Where do they source their fabrics? How do they? You're asking questions. Remember, questions will lead to better judgment. I'm so grateful to everyone who is here this morning. Thank you for making the time to be here. We grow together. In 2023, we win. We win. We win. Verse 16 says, for evil people can't sleep until they've done, okay, we've read that. Until they've done their evil deed for the day, they can't rest until they've caused someone to stumble. Verse 17, they eat the food of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Verse 18, the way of the righteous is like the first gleam of dawn, which shines ever brighter until the full light of day. It might start small, but give it time, it will be brighter. It is the way of the just is not jumping from nothing to everything. The way of the just is progressive. The way of the just is progressive, goes from a gleam to the fullness of brightness. It doesn't jump. It takes time. It's 6:37 a.m. It is still a little dark, but it won't stay dark like this. By 7 a.m. it will be brighter than this. By 9 a.m. it will be brighter. By 11:12, the sun will be all up in its glory. That's why these days at past 10, many of us are saying good afternoon, because the 10 a.m. sun sometimes is like 2 p.m. sun. How do you know that this sun is 2 p.m.? Because usually at 7 a.m. the sun is not this bright. The path of the just grows and progresses. So wherever you are right now, celebrate progress over achievement or perfection, which is one of the biggest challenges for some of us. You have made small progress, but you find yourself complaining that, is this all? The path of the just is like the light that grows. The light at 6 a.m. and the light at 8 a.m. are not the same. And the light at 8 a.m. and 12 noon are not the same. It progresses. So celebrate progress. There's some of you that need to celebrate your progress, this progress you made in 2022. Stop beating yourself up because you didn't achieve brightness, the fullness of brightness of noon. It might not be your noon yet. It might just be 9:43. And the quality of light is not the same. But if you check back to where you were this time last year, you will see that you grew. Some of you set goals that you were going to have 400 new clients this year. You had 47. You didn't have those last year. Celebrate progress. It's like a shining light that shines brighter. You are already brighter. Celebrate it. Some of us set goals that we were going to achieve a new house this year. Guess what? You didn't get a new house, but you changed your mattress. Celebrate progress. You bought a new bed sheet. Celebrate progress. You changed your curtains. Celebrate progress. Oh, you had said you were going to go out and reach out to 200 children on the streets and support them academically. You were able to empower 9. Celebrate progress. Do you know what it means to empower 9 destinies? Some of you are about to completely put away the plans that you had for the end of the year. You were going to give gifts to people, but because you had planned you will give gifts to 50 people, and all you can afford right now is for 5, you were saying to yourself, I think I should just leave it. There's only 5 people. It's 50 we wanted to give. It will come be 5. The path of the just is like the light that starts from dawn and spreads, getting brighter till noon. Do your 5 people. Help bless those 5. It's progressive. The light at 6:30 will be different from the light at 8:30. It's progressive. Dreams have come true in 2022. Glory to God. Celebrate progress. Your child that you had hoped will be working in so and so by now is not working there. They are doing this other thing. Celebrate progress. Celebrate progress. Celebrate progress. The way of the righteous is like the first gleam of dawn, which shines ever brighter until the full light of day. The full light of day will come. Sometimes all that is required is time. Other times it's effort, but that full light of day will come. Verse 19 says, but the way of the wicked is like total darkness. They have no idea what they are stumbling over because there are too many things to stumble over. My child, verse 20, pay attention to what I say. Listen carefully to my words. Don't lose sight of them. Let them penetrate deep into your heart, for they bring life to those who find them and healing to their body. They bring life to those who find them and healing to their body. Don't lose sight of them. Let them penetrate deep into your heart. Deep into your heart. Keep them in front of you. Keep them before you. You see this thing called sticky notes? Some of us will need to use more sticky notes around the places we can see. So on my mirror in my bedroom, I have sticky notes on my mirror there. I have Joseph, Hagar, I have David, Daniel, I have Ruth, Esther. No, I have David, Esther, Daniel, Ruth. I put those names up there because in the combination of 6 of them, everything that I believe I want in my political journey, these people have experienced. Joseph, Hagar. Hagar was the girl that Sarah gave to her husband, Abraham, to have the baby for them. Some of you have heard me talk about how I see that story of Hagar. This young girl, 20 years old, 18, whatever, young, fresh, virgin, happy, grew up in the house of a wealthy man because her father is one of the chief servants of this man called Abraham. Her mother is one of the chief servants of Abraham's wife, Sarah. She's grown up in the household of this wealthy people. They have a choice place in the servant quarters. And at some point, her mother said to her, you're going to start waiting on our madam. And she was pleased to start serving in the main house because she used to go to the staff nursery and primary school, the school that was put in place for the children of the staff. So those are the communities where she plays in the staff lodging quarters. But now they've been bringing her into the main house to serve. And then she's now courting this other young man, 25 years old, whose father is also one of the heads of the guard of Abraham. And they hope to marry someday. They are in love. And then from nowhere one day, her mother comes to her. She enters the house and she sees her parents give themselves some awkward look. And her father says, have you told her? And the mother says, no. Naim, no, I have not told our daughter. And Naim is like, why haven't you told her? And the girl is saying, tell me what? What happened? And Naim says, sit down. Her mother holds her and says, my love, Madame has said today that tomorrow you will be given to our Lord as his wife to bear children for them, since our Madame has not been able to have children all these years. Eh? Me. Why? Lord Abraham, 90-year-old man, 90-year-old man. Me. Mommy, Daddy, why? Me, no. This is not my dream. How? No, I can't. 90-year-old man. What happened to this, my young love? And they say, well, you know our Lord Abraham is a man of God. And Madam Sarah only wants the best for us. And you know she has not been able to have children. You know you will be a blessing to their family. Oh, you know this, and the girl is broken. But she goes along. Dimpa, please don't do this to me. Diokpa, don't do this to me. Naim, I beg you, don't do this to me. It's your cross to bear. Oh no, somebody give me the theme music at the back. Meriwo, Meriwo, hello, si meme, do. And they are seeing her off to Diokpa's house. Diokpa, please, I'm still a baby girl. And she goes in against her will, but convinced that it's her cross to bear. And she gets in there, she has the baby, and she expects to be treated better. But alas, after having a baby, she's still being treated just like a maid. And she gets offended and says, you took away from me my life, and you still want to rubbish me as a maid? And she begins to taunt her, Madame. She begins to taunt her, like, how dare you? You took my joy, my innocence. Now I can't marry the man of my dream. Even if I go back to the community, nobody will take me because I have been with Lord Abraham. And you still I will taunt you. I thought you said you're the one who trusts in the big God. Yet you didn't have children and you want to make me a nonsense? One day she packs up her load and she says, you know what is enough? I'm getting out of here. And she's leaving. And the angel of God stops her along the way. Efrunge, come back. Come back here. Where are you going? Oh, okay. Yes, I understand. This was not your plan. This was not no. But go back. Guess what? This child of yours, I'm also going to make him a king, a prince. I am also going to take care of him, and I will take care of you. Go back to your master. I will protect you. Why do I have the story of Hagar close to me? Sometimes you will find yourself in places where you don't want to be, doing what you don't want to do, but for a good cause. It's paining you, it's hurting you, it's dragging you. But the angel of God came to Hagar, who was not even looking for God. It's not said, to the best of my knowledge. Go and study it again. I think that's Genesis chapter what? Nancy, please write it. Genesis chapter something. She wasn't going out searching to wait on the Lord. She was going out in despair. Sometimes we will find ourselves in despair for doing what was supposed to be for the greater good. And God, in his infinite mercy, reached out to her and said, I will still take care of you. I will still provide for you. You may not have been of the lineage of grace, but I will give you a story as well. And Hagar's name is mentioned everywhere the word is preached, even though that was not supposed to be her path. So when I find myself in places where I may not want to be, but for the greater good I am, he will take care of me. She had dropped the child to die, and the angel of God said, turn and see, a well has been created for you. Give your son water to drink and also drink for yourself. There was no well there. He created it. He will create it for me. So I have Hagar as my number 2, that in this journey of politics where I am going into, I will be cared for, even when they say to me it is not my right, because it wasn't supposed to be her right. Genesis 16:17, yeah. It wasn't supposed to be her right. It was supposed to be the right only of Abraham, Sarah, the lineage of Sem. But as long as she had put head inside, whether by her volition or not, we've put hand to plow to be in the place of birthing, where others have not been able to birth good governance. They've been there for 62 years. Some, not all, some have been there, but they've not been fruitful. They've not given birth to the child of promise. And they say, oh, they've been loyal to the party. They've been loyal. They've been so. We will get in and we will be connected to the lineage of grace. So I say, if she was not even seeking and she got, how much more me, who is part of the lineage? God, who took care of Hagar that could have been discarded, he will take care of me. I will be cared for, even in the place where seemingly shouldn't have been my right. That's why I have Hagar's name there. Because what? Don't lose sight. Keep them in your front. When I hear some kind of things that's happened, I say, this one has happened to Daniel. There's nothing new here. Oh, this one, Esther experienced this. There's nothing new here. I didn't see anywhere in the word of God where Esther was called, my daughter, come and marry the king and you shall rescue your people. I didn't see it. If he didn't dare, he didn't dare. I didn't see it. I saw that Esther got counsel from her cousin, good counsel, and said, come in, be here, behave like this, da. And then when it was time, he said, perhaps that's why you're here. That speaks to ambition. I didn't see where God called David and said, you will kill Goliath, my son. I saw where David said, I believe I can do this thing. I have been killing since. I've killed animals. I've been a killer. I am a killer. So I also believe I can kill this. So when I said, David didn't hear a loud voice. He saw that the things he had been engraced with were enough to do the task. And then he volunteered himself. So when some people come and say, hey, if God has not spoken to you, you shouldn't. God also gives us opportunity to decide. That's why he gave us brain. That from a place of good judgment, you will ask the right question. Can I kill this person? Can I do this? Do I have the skill? Do I have the talent? Do I have the tenacity? Do I have the... Let's go. David said, I can. Yes, he was anointed to be king. He was not anointed to kill Goliath, as it were. And he said, I can. So when they'll be saying, but you have not gone to school, you didn't go to military school. All these soldiers that are here in Israel, all of them are what? If you've watched 300, the movie 300, this one is a tailor, this one is a farmer, this one is a this. What is your work in life? I'm a bricklayer. What is my work as a shepherd? I have been watching over flock, protecting them and killing any predator. I am a killer, trained one. I've been killing for over 5 years. Since all these years, I've been taking care of my father's sheep. So you're a soldier doesn't mean you're a better killer than myself. I am don't try me. It's just that you know how to use spear and shield and sword. I know how to use stone and bare hands. And between now and then, I would learn how to use shield, spear, and sword, because I had never been fighting human beings. I had never been killing humans. I'd been killing animals, and this one looks like an animal to me. And when it's time for me to fight and kill humans, I will learn how to use sword, and I have never needed to use this. I've been killing animals. And anything that's this tall and has this number of look is an animal to me. Can't even move fast. I will kill it. Wiser. Let them bring life to those who find them. Wisdom will bring life to those who find them, and healing to their body, strength. Guard your heart above everything else, for it determines the course of your life. Guard your heart. Be careful what you let into your heart. Be careful who you let into your heart. Guard it. Love everyone. Love people. Love humanity regardless of what they do. Don't be selective as to who you'll be kind to. Protect your heart. Somebody has said to you, hey, be careful with Ibozo. Protect your heart. They're about to lead you astray. Be careful of Muslims. Oh, be careful. Guard your heart. Muslims are human beings who believe in God differently from the way you do if you're not one. Guard your heart. Say, don't go there. Don't guard your heart. Else you will find that you will be kind only to your kind. And then what have you achieved? Nothing. Nothing. You are as racist. Guard your heart. Guard your heart. Oh, men has come. Guard your heart. Oh, women are gold diggers. Guard your heart. Else, when a priceless jewel comes in front of you, you will treat her as a gold digger, and you will miss out on the treasure. That many people do, it doesn't mean everybody. Guard your heart. Oh, Nigerians are fraudulent. Guard your heart. Avoid all perverse talk. Perverse talk is not only sexual. Perversion is about what is not true, what is twisted, what is not the truth. Oh, this country is totally finished. That's perverse talk, because it's not. What's the dictionary meaning of perverse? We need to be out of here in 2 minutes. I said I'm not going to keep us, well, maybe 5 minutes. I'm going to keep us late like we did yesterday. Perverse. Showing a deliberate and obstinate desire to behave in a way that is unreasonable and unacceptable. As long as it's not acceptable, it is perverse talk. It is not acceptable to talk down on our nation. That's perverse talk. Stay away from corrupt speech. Corrupt speech is speech that is twisted. You know, these people, nothing good can ever come out of them. That's corrupt speech. That's corrupt speech. Because who said so? Look straight ahead. Fix your eyes on what lies before you. Make out a straight path for your feet. Stay on the safe path that comes from good judgment. It's safer to be a builder. It's safer to be one of those who are trying to make things work. It's safer than those who are just, don't get sidetracked. Keep your feet from following evil. Evil includes those who are just layabouts speaking doom. Don't get sidetracked. Mark out a straight path for your feet and stay on that path. Stay on the safe path. In 2023, stay on the safe path. In 2023, stay where God has planted you. And where has He planted you? Only you know. You know it's in your heart. You may not have heard a voice, but you have the feeling, you have the knowing, you have the proof that this is your path. You have the strength, the tenacity, the experience, and the desire. You have the desire. Go for it. Go for it. Ask how to get in there and get it. Who will take me there? Who will speak on my behalf? Where is the butler and the baker? Where are the gate men that I know that will say, tell your madam about me? Tell your madam, say I go come here. Go. What did they say they will give to the person who can do it? Find out. It's okay to find out what the reward might be. They said they will give you the king's daughter and tax freedom for your family. I'm gonna do it. Find out what's in it for you. It's okay to find the path and stay in it. Write it down. Your journal is there. Write it. Write it down. It's okay. Put it down and make it plain so that you can look at it and you can run with it. So those that read it can run with it. Write that vision. Make it plain. Put it down. You might even share it with one or two people. It's fine. You don't have to, but it's okay. David was all around the camp saying, I can do it. I can do it. And they go, what's wrong with you? But he was telling people. Jesus said to 2 by 2, go into the city and tell them about me before I come. Who are you going to send ahead to tell somebody about you? Send them. Go in. Tell them I'm coming. Send them 2 by 2. You may not hear the voice that is not your voice. It might be only your voice you would hear. It's enough. It's what? Enough. David only heard his voice. Not even his brothers supported him. It's enough. I wish you a great day. I wish you a blessed week ahead. I wish you winning in everything that you do, because wisdom will cause us to win. Cheers to health. Cheers to power. Cheers to greatness. Cheers to winning. Drink some water. It's life. Have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you for spending this morning with me. We shall see you tomorrow by the grace of God. Hallelujah. Remember, before you leave now, subscribe to the channel, to this YouTube channel, Joyce Daniels. Subscribe, and you'll see the bell icon on the side. Click on it. Why? Anytime I go live or I post a video, you will get a notification in your email that says Joyce has just gone live, and then you can come in to see whether or not you're in a WhatsApp group or not. You would see the notification by yourself. And then share the video. Share it to your WhatsApp group. Share it to someone you love. Share it to your family. Share it to your children. As long as they are older than 10, I think they can benefit from this. I love you. Have a great day. Bye for now. WISER Nation! We win. We win.